Receiving the death penalty is beneficial most of the time, in my personal opinion. We have overcrowding in prisons, which include criminals who have committed horrible crimes. I will admit, when I think about the death penalty, it's kind of scary, but then I remind myself what kind of crimes these people have actually done. I have done research to learn more about the death penalty and hopefully to inform you and give a little bit of information on it. A misconception that even I thought was that the death penalty is cheaper than a life sentence. But according to deathpenaltyinfo.org, defense costs for death penalty trials in Kansas averaged about $400,000 per case compared to $100,000 per case when the death penalty was not sought. Cases where there are a death penalty in plan still have trials in courts, which still cost thousands of dollars. Judges, lawyers, and attorneys still work and still need to be paid. I have also learned from this same website that in 1993, the death penalty in North Carolina costed roughly $2.16 million per execution. The death penalty can be very useful, but we also need to take families and friends of the person who may be receiving it into consideration. With a life sentence, the family may still be able to write and even visit their loved ones, but an execution would mean they cannot. Their loved ones do believe that these criminals still need to be punished, but a death sentence does hurt them. A lifetime prison sentence for a lot of these criminals usually does serve a long enough punishment. They have also done some research on the races that have been executed via the death penalty. The majority of those sentenced were white. We're in a time in America where racism is very real. But from the statistics, we can tell that discrimination was not the cause of who they chose and chose not to be executed. According to deathpenaltyinfo.org, 831 people were white, 511 people were African American, 127 people Hispanic, and 24 people of other race. Everybody will have their own opinions on the death penalty, but I hope that with some of the credible information I have provided, it has taught and may even introduce people into the real life of the death penalty. There are still states that use this form of punishment for criminals. As for my state of Pennsylvania, it is one of the least active states to use the death penalty, as the last time we did was in 1999.